Welcome to Proceeding Boldly's new series, where we give a behind-the-scenes look at what's involved in the USF football weekends. This is the Inside View. In Week 2 of the college football season, the USF Bulls faced off against the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. As we begin, I should let you know that the game did not go too well for us Bulls over here. But the purpose of playing sports isn't just to get wins, it's also to take advantage of neat opportunities in life that sports present. A prime example of that? Meeting Tony Dungy. Dungy has an impressive resume. Not only did he play in the NFL, where he won a Super Bowl with the Steelers in 1979, he went on to become a head coach and is widely regarded as one of the best NFL coaches of his era. Dungy spent 13 years as a head coach in the league. He turned the Tampa Bay Bucks into a winning program, his only losing season being his very first. He then coached the Indianapolis Colts for 7 years, winning a Super Bowl in 2006. Dungy retired in 2008 as the winningest coach in Colts history and has been added to the Indianapolis Colts and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers Rings of Honor. Yet his greatest achievements in life didn't even happen on a football field. He's a strong man of faith and has been involved with dozens of nonprofits throughout his lifetime. One of his main focuses is on fatherhood and mentorship. He has adopted kids of his own and created a charity specifically to help families come together. An accomplished author, he has written several books on faith, fatherhood, and football. He is so highly respected that he's even counseled presidents. We actually got the chance to meet him at one of our practices prior to the Notre Dame game. He was announcing the game, and since he lives locally in the Bay Area, he decided to stop by. It's very rare you get an opportunity to meet such a special person, and I'm very thankful to football for this connection. I'm really looking forward to future opportunities to work with such an inspirational person. He is definitely proceeding boldly through life. Alright, time for some game prep. I was especially excited about this game because it meant I got to visit my home state of Indiana. Nicknamed the Crossroads of America, Indiana is mostly full of cornfields, cemeteries, and barns with basketball hoops out front. But it's where I spent an incredible 12 years of my early life, and I was happy about the opportunity to return. Whoa, hold up. Go back. Was I flashing the horns up at 10 years old? It was my destiny. Travel day started out pretty well. We got COVID tested Friday morning. They gave me a little baggie of sanitation. From there it was off to breakfast, where I saw my Aussie friend and Sean. I think Sean burns his mouth on his omelet here. Obviously likes it though. Anyways, the sun was blinding coming out of breakfast. That'll definitely wake you up in the morning. Woo. And here I was waiting at the curb to take a neck pillow delivery for Greer when Ian and Kenny rolled up, and Kenny immediately starts talking about the Miami Heat being up 2-1. Been talking about them for weeks. And neck pillow delivery was successful. Time to load up the bus. And Kenny is still talking about the Heat. And yeah, cue the travel montage. We're off. I'm gonna be real, it felt awesome to be back in Indiana. The weather was amazing, and it was time I visited again. It was kind of funny, we were driving through this little town on the way to the hotel. The nicest building was the Taco Bell. I guess everyone decided that this Taco Bell was gonna be the pride and joy of the entire town. Sophie even flew up from Florida to cheer on the Bulls. I'm very thankful to have such a supportive sister.
Hey guys, Sophie here. I am currently at the St. Pete Clearwater Airport. I just finished my classes at Tampa. I practiced this morning and I'm flying out to the big game. I'll land around 8 p.m. and my dad is picking me up with his childhood best friend. So I'm super excited, and as always, go Bulls.
And meanwhile, since all my family still lives in Indy, I had a bunch of people planning on being at the game. So I reached out to my teammates and I was able to collect some tickets. I got 13 total. Let's go. My parents had actually been up there a couple days prior to my arrival, so let's check in and see what they're up to. Well, it appears they found a large pumpkin patch in the middle of all the cornfields.
Alright, so
Some big pumpkins out here.
And those are the biggest pumpkins I have ever seen. And there goes Grandma stumbling out into the patch. Probably not a good idea.
You with that one?
Yeah, there's no way you're lifting that, Dad. Probably weighs more than you do.
how many pies could you make with this pumpkin?
A lot.
And of course, his mind is on how many pies could be made out of that.
Looks like a good one.
Well, looks like he found one that he liked. Where is he taking them? I don't understand where he thinks he's going. That right there, folks, is what we call a pumpkin sling. Just kidding. I just completely made that up. Satisfied with the day's hunt, my family begins to load up the car with pumpkins. And Grandma's not too sure about that. And there you go. That's what you do for fun in Indiana. That's all. Alright, back to the bowls. Ian and I enjoyed some solid Chick-fil-A, made our way downstairs to head to the stadium for a walkthrough. Oh, this was funny. The hotel staff blocked out these Notre Dame symbols and put up little USF stickers for us. I was really looking forward to the walkthrough because it's just the team and we have the whole stadium to ourselves. I do wish that we had more time to see campus, especially a campus like Notre Dame's. It's just so beautiful and historic, but it's tough with meetings. Even the drive-in was fun for me. Getting to see the architecture of the buildings. I mean, just look at how magnificent this stadium shot is with the sun flowing in. It's times like this when I really appreciate being an athlete and getting to experience these things. When we were walking into the stadium, the staff was super nice and respectful. They all kept saying, "Welcome to Notre Dame, fellas." And you could tell they took a lot of pride in their jobs and the university they represented. The locker room was so sick. Here's a shot of my little setup. From there, we headed down the tunnel. And around this time, I started getting this feeling that I was in a magical place. It was almost like being at Disney for the first time, or something similar to that. I just had a feeling of wonder and awe. Sometimes being in such a historic place does that to you. So I just stood there and I soaked it all up. That's a pretty special experience. Some interesting facts about the stadium. It was originally built in 1930 for a cost of $750,000. The most recent renovation was $50 million and added 20,000 seats. Inflation. Whew. It was built by the same company that built the Polo Grounds, Comiskey Park, and the original Yankee Stadium, which I think is pretty neat. And all in, it has 80,795 seats, making it bigger than all but 3 NFL stadiums. And even with that many seats, they've sold out 249 consecutive games. That is absurd. Okay, game day. Let's check back in on the fam. Looks like they're strolling through campus checking out the tailgates. How cool is that to see Touchdown Jesus right there too? That has to be one of the coolest tailgate spots in all of college football. From there they made it up to the bleachers to see both teams come out of the tunnel. This was the first stadium I played in that had a sky cam, which is how you knew this game was the real deal. It was actually used to film this shot, and that's gotta be the coolest pregame hype-up song out there. Spencer Shrader, the kicker. Well, the gold was definitely shining bright for Notre Dame on Saturday. They got the win, which means they are now on a 20-game win streak at their home stadium. Oh, and did you know that the Golden Dome is actually 23.9 karat gold? When it storms, little tiny flakes will come off, meaning it literally rains gold at Notre Dame. And then whenever they re-gild the dome, they use that gold to put in the paint for the helmets. So, that's insane. Even with the loss, I really enjoyed my time at Notre Dame. It's a classy university, and you can see that in the team, the staff, and the students as well. I think this statue outside the stadium pretty much sums it up. You know, proceeding boldly isn't about never losing. It's about how you react to that loss. And even with a disappointing performance on the field, an adventure like that is always a win. That's all for this one. I know it's tough sometimes, but I hope that all of you can find the positives and the small disappointments that life throws at you. Catch you in the next one, and proceed boldly.